Thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of the Dubois Wrestling on Tri-County TV, brought to you by Dubois Granite Courts, Spitzer's Auto World, Lifespan Family Services, The Floor Show, Acura of Dubois, Nelson Realty, and Priority Media. Dubois Wrestling all season long right here on Tri-County TV. We'll see you next match.
start now? Okay. Welcome to Dubois Area High School and Beaver Gymnasium for tonight's District 9 wrestling dual meet between the visiting Clearfield Bisons and the Dubois Area Beavers. I'd like to apologize. We were having some technical difficulties with the audio, and I think we finally got things squared away. I am Max Serenia, and I'm really excited for my first broadcast tonight of Dubois Area High School Wrestling here on Tri-County TV. Recently, I've been volunteering with the wrestling team, and the wrestlers seem to be really excited for their matchup tonight against Clearfield. Just to kind of give you a recap of last week, the wrestling team had a busy week with a dual match against Brookville on Wednesday and a dual meet tournament at Trinity High School over the weekend. Dubois had a convincing win over the Raiders with a score of 48-20 with the help of 5 falls from Bryson Buzzard, Kinley Kinsley, Mateo Gallegos, Seth Wilmoth, and Easton Harris, while Sammy Deeb and Kendall Orr received forfeits. Over the weekend, the Beavers competed in the Tri-County Duels, Trinity Duels, down in Washington, PA, where the team got their first taste of Whippeal competition. Dubois started the tournament facing the host Trinity and lost the match 46-18. In the constellation round, Dubois lost a close duel to Bell Vernon 33-31. I was told an injury to Peyton Gear led to an unfortunate near fall loss that seemed to be the deciding factor in the match. But for Dubois in the medal round, Dubois wrestled Wheeling Park of West Virginia and came away with a win of 42-30, headlined by victories in terms of 6 pins. Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do this or no? Yeah. Okay. Right now we have some exhibition matches coming up, so as I go through some of my pregame, I'll try to give you guys a heads up of the matches that are going on. For Clearfield is led by veteran head coach Jeff Aveni, who enters his 25th year at the helm and has amassed approximately 178 wins during that time. Aveni returns a good selection of wrestlers tonight, 22 in total, mostly consisting of underclassmen. Right now, I believe for Dubois, we have an exhibition match between, I think this is Seth Wilmoth and Eli Barrett of Clearfield. Right now they're tying up, they're at the edge of the mat, and they go off the mat. Only 10 seconds went off the clock at this point. There's a shot taken by Clearfield with the takedown. Scores 3-0 right now for Eli from Clearfield. Brogan with the escape here. 3-1 score. They're tying up here. Brogan's got a headlock or a near tie. They're working for hand control right now. They're staying in the center of the mat here. Got a front headlock. Brogan's trying to work his way out of that, get back to his feet. Still in the center mat. Clearfield takes a shot again, working for the corner, and again gets that takedown now. Eli's leading Brogan here 6-1. Halfway through the first period. Trying to get that breakdown now. He looks like he's going to half in up. He lost it, but got the near wrist. Still just trying to get wrist control. Brogan's trying to get up to his feet here. Nope, he knee slides up, almost gets out of there. Eli with a good job, but Eli just lets him get up here. Brogan gets an escape here, making the score 6-2 with about 40 seconds left in the first period. Eli taking a shot again, getting another takedown for Clearfield. Up to a 9-2 lead here late into the first period. Brogan working his way up to his feet, trying to get hand control. Coach talked this week about closing things off, trying to get hand control before we start working up to our feet. Eli's trying to get around. Looks like he might be trying to get a wing in off the side. Only about 10 seconds left in the period. Brogan last second attempt, tried to get an escape before the end of the period, and he ends up getting it. 9-3 to end the first period. Eli Barrett of Clearfield over Brogan Orr of Dubois. Dubois gets the decision, decides to defer. Eli is going to take down here. So in the beginning of the second period, we're going to have Brogan here on top. Eli to his feet. Brogan trying to get to the return. He's got to be careful here. He doesn't get called for an interlock on the way out, and he's going to get called for an interlock. Eli ends up getting the reversal here. So that was a good three-point move for him, not giving up, trying to score some points there. It's 12-3 right now with 1:40 left in the second period. Brogan again trying to get some hand control, work his way up. Eli working for that breakdown, trying to flatten Brogan out. Eli again still trying to get hand control, working his way up to his feet. Big thing again, coach this week talked about meeting head to head, trying to meet your head back to his so you can try to get some elevation up to your feet. Still working hand control. Eli on top, gets a leg in. Brogan brings him down. Doing what coach showed him this week. Trying to break him down to that hip and then ice cream scoop that knee away. He did a good job getting that leg out. Near sit here by Brogan. Going to try to use that to get up to his feet. Got about 45 seconds left in the second period. Oh, Eli chins him back. And only a 1 count, so no back points there. Looks like Eli's trying to brute force Brogan there over to his back. But Brogan's doing a good job staying flat. Trying to get his wrist free. Eli trying to do a quick tilt. Only got, I think, a 1 count. Gets a crossface here. Looks like he's going to try to get the bundles. Brogan's going to try to keep his hip down, not go with it. Eli finally, only still a 1 count again with about 5 seconds left in the second period. And Eli from Clearfield will be up 12-3 going into the third period. Brogan's going to have selection here. He's going to take bottom. He's got to try to work quickly here to get to his feet, try to get some points to get back into this match. An escape and a takedown would get him here within 5 points.
Thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of the Dubois Wrestling on Thank you for Thank you for Thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of the Dubois Wrestling on Tri-County TV, brought to you by Dubois Granite Courts, Spitzer's Auto.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. It could actually be exciting.
Nelson Realty brings over 125 years of combined experience in one office. Nelson is committed to guiding you every step of the way.
Whether you're buying, selling, or securing a mortgage, Nelson Realty has you covered.
Servicing all of Central PA, Nelson continues to lead the way as the innovator of digital interior tours for maximum exposure on all platforms.
Meet with an agent today. Beaver Drive, Dubois, and at NelsonRealtyPA.com.
Your guide to local living.
Welcome back to Dubois High School with a dual meet match tonight between the Clearfield Bisons and the Dubois area Beavers. I want to make one correction. That last exhibition match, I believe that we had Jordy Bowser there that was wrestling for Dubois. So I want to make sure I make that correction. So the starting lineups tonight, I believe we're going to be starting at 107. At 107 for Dubois, we have Bryson Buzzer. For Clearfield, we have a forfeit. At 114 pounds for Dubois, we have Kinley Kinsley. And for Clearfield, we have Josiah Dorsey. At 121 pounds, we have Luca Morelli. And for Clearfield, we have Matt Rolls. At 127 pounds, we have Mateo Gallegos or Simeon Chirico or a forfeit. And for Clearfield, we have a forfeit. At 133 for Clearfield. At 133 for Dubois, we have Antonio Gianblanco, Jordy Bowser, or Tony Rodriguez. For Clearfield, we have Jackson Sugarts or Bo Venny. For 139, we have a forfeit, potentially. I think we might be bumping someone up. And for Clearfield, we have Brendan Chamberlain, Jacob Clark, or Noah Troxel. At 145 pounds for Dubois, we either have Ethan Curran or Landon Ruklevich. And for Clearfield, we have Cash Steele or Trotman Scaife. At 152 pounds for Dubois, we have Mason Vroman or Glass for Brady Glass from Dubois. And for Clearfield, we have Colton Bumgarner. At 160 pounds, we have Seth Wilmoth from Dubois. And for Clearfield, we either have Ethan Barrett or Colton Ryan. At 172 pounds for Dubois, we have Easton Harris. For Clearfield, we have Tim Taylor. At 189 pounds for Dubois, we have Shane Kerner or Nate Kreiner. For Clearfield, we have Braden Wells. At 160 for Dubois. At 215 for Dubois, we have Kendall Orr. And for Clearfield, we either have Ryan Ludwig or Colton Norris. And at heavyweight, 285 for Dubois, we have Jason Garner, Nate Clark, or Keegan Klimatic. And for Clearfield, we have Matthew Peace. Especially when I do the lineups, I like to mention all names because anyone that's out there at wrestling, you know, at certain points they might do specific matchups where kids get bumped up in different weights, so you never know who specifically might go out there for the match. But to kind of give you guys a quick update before the match begins, I was talking to Coach Krupa last week and early this week about kind of their expectations here coming up. And he was saying the tournament they had last week in Trinity and the tournament they have coming up in Kiski next week, he has a lot of confidence in these kids. So he's trying to give them the best competition that's possible. Hence why they went down to Trinity and faced Belverne, a lot of those Pittsburgh schools that have a lot more kids than we might possibly have. A lot of good talent that is there. But again, he has full confidence in these kids, and me being in the weight room really shows that these kids are really committed to getting better. Right now, they're sending the captains out to figure out the toss. For Dubois, we have Matthew Gallegos, we have Kendall Orr, and we also have Sammy Deeb out there. And I actually want to talk about Sammy Deeb. He was going to be one of the kids I was going to talk about in the pregame. Sammy is actually on pace to reach 100 career wins. Unfortunately, tonight he's injured. That's why you didn't hear me mention his name in the pregame. The same thing for Peyton Greer. So we're going to kind of have to see who we're going to have out there at 139 and 152. I think 152 at least. We're going to have Brady Glass out there. But before the match starts, I just want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors tonight. We have Lifespan Family Services, AccuShare of Dubois, Spitzer's Auto World, The Floor Show, Dubois Granite and Quartz, and Nason Realty. So Bryson Buzzard already went out to receive his forfeit, so Dubois starting out with an early lead. So our first match tonight is going to be at 114 between Kinley Kinsley of Dubois and Josiah Dorsey of Clearfield. Okay. Quick takedown there by Kinley. Takes an early 3-0 lead. I saw him in practice a lot. Sometimes it looks like he likes working in those legs, but he's a big tilt guy, as you guys can see right now. He's got that tight end on against him, getting all those back points. He's got that count of 4. Let's go of the wrist. There we go. He's got those 4 back points. Kids these days can get to high point amounts real quickly. Looks like Kinsley got a wing and a half up, gets up to his feet. Dorsey from Clearfield trying to get that leg free, but Kinley does a good job taking him out of the mat. Kinley's up 7-0 with 1:13 left in the first period. Kinsley's taking easily control of this match. Again, like I was saying earlier, that kid really likes the tilt. I can see that happening here early once the whistle's blown again. Did a good job in practice last week, tucking that head in, tucking that shoulder in, rolling that kid over and making sure he gets that plant leg in to make sure he can elevate, get some of those back points. Oh, Kinley breaks him down, gets that half right in. Driving it over. He's got to get that arm a little bit deeper to get the head up. Getting all those back points there. Oh, he goes for the reverse half, gets under the head, lifting it up. Dorsey from Clearfield doing a good job keeping his shoulder off the mat. He ends up rolling over to his stomach. So Kinley gets 4 back points again. Up 11-0 with about 40 seconds left in the first period. Looks like he gets the wing and the bar, stepping him over. Got him on his back. I think he got a 4 count, so he got the tech fall. Kinley teching fall Dorsey from Clearfield in 1:30, winning the match 15-0. So Dubois has taken a 5-0 lead here early in this dual meet. That's a good start. I think I was told by the coaches once we start getting to some of the heavier weights, that's where we might see some of the talent of Clearfield. At 121 pounds, we have Luca Morelli from Dubois, and we have Matt Rules from Clearfield. Matt starting off by taking a shot. Luca doing a good job blocking that shot in. Oh, Luca in on a single leg. Oh, can't tell if Matt has a wizard in. Oh, yeah, he's got that wizard in, stopping Luca from getting that takedown. Luca doing a good job trying to come out the back door. Matt from Clearfield bringing that leg up, trying to elevate it. Luca's got to keep trying to work around, getting his knees back up. I think Luca gave up that leg. Matt ends up getting that takedown 30 seconds into the first period. Luca working here, trying to get back to his feet. Matt doing a good job keeping that top pressure and not allowing Luca to get back up to his knees. Luca's doing a good job keeping his head up here. That's going to make his job a little bit easier when he tries to get back to his feet. I think Matt there was trying to get a wrist. Luca doing a good job keeping his hands away, keeping his hands extended. Looks like Matt was trying to go for a snow plow. Gets the near wrist, and they're on the edge of the mat here. We got to be kind of careful here. About 40 seconds left in the first period. Matt pulling him back in. Don't want to get rid of his top position here too soon. Matt trying to go for a cross face. Luca doing a good job pulling it over his head, getting his elbows down the mat, trying to get him back to his knees. Gets back to his knees, Matt pulling him out, keeping that foot in. I think some of those high school wrestlers like that college rule about keeping one point of contact in. That helps kind of those edge of the mat situations. As long as you have a toe or a finger in, match is going to still continue. And that's going to be the end of the first period. Matt rolls from Clearfield with a 3-0 lead. It looks like Dubois is going to have choice. All even matches. We're going to defer. Clearfield decides to take neutral to start the second period. Matt in on a shot, gets that single leg, gets that double. Gets Luca down to his base and ends up giving up that takedown. So Matt, 6-0 lead here in the second period. He cuts Luca, but there we go. The ref finally gave Luca the escape here. I think Matt's going to try to cut him and take him down. That might be a strategy to build a lead here. Push him off the edge of the mat here. Minute 31 left in the second period here. Matt rolls from Clearfield 6. Luca Morelli from Dubois 1. Luca goes for that low single. Matt doing a good job using his head to block his shot. I like how Luca's not afraid to still take that shot even though he's down. Good movement here. Matt rolls, gets that shot in. That double leg switching over to a single leg. Brings Luca down to his hip, turns around and gets the takedown again. Taking a 9-1 lead with about a minute left in the second period. Looks like he kind of has a cross facing away, underarm. He's going to try to go for a cradle. Luca doing a good job extending his body, not giving him that cradle. He's got to be working his way back up to his knees. Got to try to move here, get some points back, get back into this match. Matt cuts Luca again, giving him an escape, making the score 9-2. Matt snaps him down, gets behind him again for another takedown, extending his lead 12-2. Works a leg in. I think he's going to try to power half. Luca doing his best to try to keep his head up, even with Matt's forearm on the back of his head. Only 8 seconds left here in the second period. Matt trying his best to try to get some fall points here. And that's going to be the end of the second period. Matt rolls from Clearfield 12, Luca Morelli 2. Oh, and that's a correction. Luca decided to take neutral at the start of the second. Matt from Clearfield here is going to take neutral to start third. The 10-point lead, he really only needs to get 2 takedowns and cut Luca once if he's looking for that tech fall. They're going to be doing a good job faking some of those shots, keeping Matt honest. Moving left and right. Don't want to be stationary here. Especially it looks like a wrestler's experience as Matt rolls from Clearfield. Luca goes in for the shot, but Matt counters it, gets the takedown. Ends up getting Luca on his back for a 2 count. And that is going to be a tech fall here with a minute 22 left in the third period. So Clearfield tying this match up at 5s with that tech fall. So it looks so far this match is pretty even keel. But luckily for Dubois, that forfeit at the beginning of the match is giving them a nice cushion so far. At 127 pounds, it looks like we have Simeon Trico that got the forfeit. So I'm guessing here that we might possibly bump up Mateo here at 133. Let's see. Yep, that's what we did. Mateo got bumped up, and he's going to be facing Boaveni from Clearfield. Mateo snaps him down, gets behind him real quick, gets that takedown, taking an early 3-0 lead in the first period. Again, Mateo's one of those kids that I saw in the wrestling room. Very good work ethic, very quick with his skills, very talented kid. I also saw him in the weight room. That kid's got ridiculous wrists. Presses me. Mateo led him up to his feet again, gets another quick takedown with an ankle trip. Trying to work that wrist in. Looks like he's going to try to tilt him. I think he ended up getting a wing or a bar here. I think he's going to be trying to go for that wing tilt. Got about 1:10 left in the first period. He got that wrist. He's elevating. Ref starting up. No, only a 1 count. Now he's starting to get some back points. Ended up only getting, I think, a 3 count here. So 3 more points for Mateo Gallegos of Dubois, extending his lead to 9-1 with about 50 seconds left in the first period. Gets a bar again with a tight half, rolling him over right to his back, and gets the pin with 1:45 seconds left in the first period. So good job here for Dubois, taking that early lead here, up by 18 points here, heading into 139 pounds. So at 139 pounds, it looks like we're going to be sending out Antonio Jambanco.
At 139 for Clearfield.
And for Clearfield.
And for Dubois.
And for Clearfield, I believe they have Brendan Chamberlain. Like I said, they have 3 kids. They actually have 4 kids at that weight. So if anyone from Clearfield's watching this and I got the name wrong, I do apologize. So tying up here early, here in the first period. Antonio going for a shot. It looked like Brendan here took a reshot, ends up getting that single leg, cut into that double, taking a 3-0 lead here. 30 seconds into that first period. Ends up getting that leg in. Antonio trying to break him down to his hip. Trying not to let that leg get any farther. He's trying to do his best here, try to get that leg out. But Clearfield doing a good job not allowing him to get that leg out. Anytime he tries, he's trying to shove that second leg in. Now he's looking for a power half. Antonio doing a good job trying to keep his arm down. You open that arm up, that allows that kid on top to extend you. Antonio trying to work back up to his knees. Very tough positioning here. We got about 40 seconds left in the first period. There we go. Antonio finally got that leg out. That gives him a chance to get back to his feet here. Get some points before the end of the first period. Clearfield has got a half on one side, near wrist. Wasn't able to turn him. Doing a good job keeping his base. Gets another leg in. It looks like he's going, trying to get a guillotine here, I believe. Trying to get that arm out. Complaining that Antonio's not doing anything on the bottom. Flattens him out again. 2 seconds left. And that will be the end of the first period. Again, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. We have Lifespan Family Services. We have Accusure of Dubois, Spitzer's Auto World, The Floor Show, Dubois Granite Quartz, and Nelson Realty. So the second period is going to start with, I think that's actually Boaveni that's on the bottom. I think they actually bumped him up in a weight. I was going to say, I think I heard a different name at 133 for Clearfield. I think that was actually Jackson Sugar. So I think we have Bo Aveni here for Clearfield. So again, I do apologize for that. But Bo's going to start here on the bottom. Tonio on top. Tonio doing a good job keeping control here. Bo's looking for a switch there. Tonio stays with him. Sitting out again. Keeps sitting out. Tonio doing a good job staying behind him. And Bo gets the escape here with 25 seconds into the second period. Extending his lead 4-0 over Antonio Gianblanco from Dubois. Bo looks and gets in on a shot. Trying to go out the back door. Dumps Antonio down to his hip. He's trying to keep Antonio on that hip so he could try to press his leg down, get around. Tony's got him locked up in between his leg, looking for a stallmate here, but Tony's got to be careful because he's slowly getting pushed to his back. He might end up pinning himself here. Noticing that, let's go to the break. Unfortunately, that allows Bo to get around and get a takedown again. So Bo from Clearfield up 7-0 here. 50 seconds left in the second period. Bose ends up getting his head in the side. It looks like he's trying to get a, not necessarily a near cradle, but something similar to a near cradle. Looks like he almost has it locked up. Tony doing a good job not fighting it off. Bo eventually gets him over. No back points yet. Tony doing a good job keeping his shoulders. But Bo eventually turns him. Has him on his back. He's got 22 seconds here to fight this. He's got to keep trying his best to extend that leg that's locked into that cradle. Bo again trying to load him up again. Puts Antonio on his back. And he gets that pin. About 8 seconds left in the second period. I believe Bo Aveni from Clearfield ends up pinning Antonio Gianblanco from Dubois. So the team score as we head into 145 pounds, we have Dubois 23, Clearfield 11. For Dubois, we have Landon, I know I'm not going to say his last name wrong, Landon Ruklevich, and for Clearfield, we have Cash Deal wrestling here at 145 pounds. Match starts up with them tying up. Cash getting the front headlock. Trying to stay with them. Cash ends up getting behind him for the takedown. Locking up looks like a cradle, but it doesn't look like he has his hands clasped. It looks like he has his elbow, but he ends up bringing him back. I've never seen a cradle like this. This is insane. He has like a tilt, but it's a tilt in terms of a cradle. And he ends up getting the pin here. 37 seconds into the first period. Cash Steele ends up pinning Landon here from Dubois. Clearfield catching back up here. So here we're up to 152 pounds.
At 152 for Clearfield.
At 152. Oh, we have actually Cash Steele. They must have bumped them up. Clearfield must be bumping kids up here. And for Dubois, we have Brady Glass working their way to the edge of the mat. Cash here taking a shot in. Cash gets that front headlock in. Oh, Brady in with a deep shot. Oh. Cash trying his best to get behind, pops his head out, gets that takedown. About 30 seconds into the first period. Cash gets a takedown, makes it 3-0. Up. Brady tries to sit out, but Cash puts him to his back and gets the pin. 36 seconds into the first period. Cash Deal ties it up for Clearfield at 23. 3 pins in a row. Hate to see it, but like I said earlier, Coach Scott told me this would be a pretty competitive match between us, so we're going to see with 5 matches left what can Dubois do to try to head out. For Dubois, we have Seth Wilmoth. And for Clearfield, we have not Colin Ryan. I am sorry. We have Colton Ryan. I had to find his name real quick. Seth there with a front headlock, trying to get in position. Colton doing a good job getting back to his feet. Ends up getting a single here, brings it up. Gonna try to elevate it there. Ends up bringing Seth down at the edge of the map to take a 3-0 lead here early into the first period. They're at the edge of the mat. Trying to keep him in. Seth rolls him out. Start over. Minute 28 in the first period. Colton from Clearfield taking an early lead. Off the whistle. Seth tries to sit out. Colton doing a good job staying behind him. Both fighting for wrist control here. Seth doing a good job keeping his head up, decides to sit out again, try to get some separation. I think Seth's length here might help him out a little bit. Colton puts a leg in, but Seth elevates it, not allowing him to grasp it. Seth has to be careful, though, because he extended his arm that allowed Colton to get a power half in. Can't tell he's got that thing in deep. He's slowly working Seth over. Not to his back yet. Oh, so he got him over. Seth's on his back. Colton looking for the fall. I don't know if Clearfield, can they make it 4 in a row? Seth doing a good job still fighting. Looks like Colton switched to a headlock. He's got that thing in tight. Seth still squirming, making sure his shoulders don't stay flat. It's really close. Seth's still trying to sprawl out. I think Colton's hurting himself a little bit. He's got his arm under his nearest shoulder. That's keeping his shoulder off of the mat. Got a second left. Man, Seth doing a good job fighting that off. I know he's got to be exhausted a little bit. It's hard to fight a headlock for that amount of time. Looks like we have blood time right now. So I think we're going to head for a break for a little bit. You're listening to Dubois Wrestling here on Tri-County TV.
Score points and stack them high with the Spitzer VIP program. Then cash in and spend them your way, anyway. Discounted service, oil changes, maintenance, even your next car purchase. There's no limit of ways to cash in. The more you stack, the more you save. Other programs limit your choices. Spitzer VIP puts you in charge. You're the boss. Spend it your way. Even gift them to a friend or loved one. The Spitzer VIP program. Wag more, spend less.
I just got nervous when the sound cut because I'm like, uh-oh, did it go out again? Okay, welcome back to Dubois High School, where we are at 160 pounds. The match is between Seth Wilmot from Dubois and Colton Ryan from Clearfield. Here at the start of the second period, Colton from Clearfield is going to take bottom, so Seth's going to start it here out on top, down 7-0. Starts with Colton trying to roll out. Seth staying with him, trying to put a leg in. Trying not to lose positioning here. Looks like Seth might have a leg in. Colton's trying to elevate it to get it out from position. Ooh, Colton tries to switch him up here. Ends up getting the reversal. Extend his lead 9-0 over Seth Wilmot from Dubois. Gets that leg in. Seth trying to switch out of it. He's got to try to get that leg free first. He's got to get his hips up. Looks like Colton's high, but he gets the power half in again. That's that same move that he did in the first period that put Seth on his back. I don't think he's getting up now. Only got one count, no back points yet. Looks like Colton's being very patient, making sure he doesn't get intentionally dangerous here, trying to get that half in as much as he can. Trying to stretch Seth out. I'll give him a chance to take him to his back. But Seth doing a good job fighting that off, getting to his feet here. get his first point of the match. So about 40 seconds left here in the first period. We have Seth Wilmot down 1-9 over Colton Ryan from Clearfield as the guys escape the mat. 32 seconds left. I know Seth has to be a little bit exhausted from that headlock from the first period, but I like how he's still out there fighting, trying to get some points back for his team. Faking some shots, doing some head taps. Again, with these new three-point takedowns, could be a good chance for Seth to get back into it. Gets a double leg, trying to go out the back door. Colton squeezing down on that head. Seth trying to punch his head out. Got 5 seconds left. Punches the head out. Oh. Colton ends up turning out of it. Time runs out before he can get his positioning here. So the second period ends with Colton Ryan from Clearfield up 9 to 1 point for Seth Wilmot. Looks like Colton's going to be taking an injury time here. Not exactly sure what happened. I don't know, both wrestlers might be a little winded here. They've been wrestling hard this match. I talked to Seth here earlier today about his feelings of the match, and he knew coming in tonight, depending on how Clearfield was going to bump in weights, he wasn't exactly sure who he was going to face, but he knew there was a possibility that he was going to face Colton. And talking to him, he knew it was going to be a tough match, but like any kid his age, he's like, I'm going to go out there, coach. I'm going to try to give it my best shot here. And he's got one more period left to put things together. Colton only has about 40 seconds left in injury time. I kind of think he took it because he's tired. He's looked like he's a little bit winded out there. This might give Seth a second win. We can only hope that's what's going to happen here. Only about 25 seconds left on the injury clock. I think Colton's going to be milking out as much as he can. And they end up cutting it here. So start of the third period. We're going to start on our feet. The dual meet match tied at 23, so this match is going to determine who's going to take the lead here going into 172 pounds. Seth looks like he's starting out with control here at the beginning of the first. Gets another deep shot in. And unfortunately ends up going out of bounds, but you look at Seth, it looks like he's got some energy in here. I think if he keeps pushing Colton, he's got a good chance here. Wear him out, start getting some points in here. Head taps, trying to circle here. Both these kids look afraid to tie up. Gets in on that double. Switches over to a single leg, goes out the back. He's got to be careful. Colton doesn't do the same thing earlier. He did it again, but he steps over. He's just going to try to get that leg free. Positioning here is tricky. Oh, Colton ends up switching over, but Seth's got to elevate that leg. Good scramble here between these two boys. Seth elevates himself. Gets back on top. Colton ends up getting a leg and elevating it here. Seth almost had control here. Going for the headlock. He's got to get his hips back up, but he loses the head. Colton ends up getting the takedown. Taking a 12-1 lead over Seth. With 30 seconds left in the third period. On the edge of the mat, ref blows him out. So 28.1 seconds left here in the third. Let's see if Seth can get some of those points back before the period ends. I really like the heart that he showed at the beginning of this period. We got a caution. Colton on top. Started a little bit too early. I think he tried to jump start it. Here's the restart. Caution again. I think he called the caution this time because he bumped him a little bit. You got to make sure when you get set, no extra movements or anything. You can't even bump your opponent. Let's start going. He almost had a Peterson in a way, but rolls over. Colton is high. He's high. He might have a chance if he can headhunt. If he can headhunt here, he might be able to put Colton on his back, but Colton doing a good job. I think he's got a power half in that's making Seth's job easy. I think Seth's calling for an injury time here. His shoulder was wrenched back a little bit. I think we're going to go to break here for a little bit with this injury time. So again, you're listening to Dubois Wrestling here on Tri-County TV.
Countertops crafted with quality. That's Dubois Granite and Quartz. From kitchens and bathrooms to fireplaces, we specialize in custom stonework that's beautiful, durable, and affordable. We make stone countertops simple and never cut corners on quality. Our experienced team guides you every step of the way, from stone selection to final installation. Transform your home with captivating and functional designs. Visit Dubois Granite and Quartz on Beaver Drive in Dubois.
And welcome back to Dubois High School, where we have the district dual meet match between the visiting Clearfield Bison and our home Dubois Beaver. We just had a little bit of an injury time there towards the end of the third period. I think when Colton was wrenching in on that power half, it tweaked Seth's shoulders a little bit. So Seth gets up to his feet, and the period ends. So Colton from Clearfield ends up getting the win here, 12-1, major decision. That's going to give Clearfield the lead, 27-23 here, heading into the 172-pound. So again, I know Clearfield has a couple good wrestlers at this weight class. So for Dubois, for Dubois, we have Easton Harris. And for Clearfield, we have Tim Taylor. Easton starts off low single. Tim's able to get his leg away. Kid's looking, trying to get some hand control here. Again, like I said earlier, some of these wrestlers do a good job with their head control. It's a good way to try. Tim gets deep in on a double. Ends up getting Easton onto his stomach for the takedown, taking a 3-0 lead. 30 seconds into the first period. Some of these Clearfield kids, their shot. It looks like they were taking their shots from deep, but they still end up getting some deep penetration in on the shot. That's kind of the important thing, trying to get as much of your body into your opponent as possible. Easton ends up getting back to his feet with an escape. So down 3-1, about halfway through the first period. See if Easton can score here. Working on his head a lot. Coach Group over there trying to tell him keep low. I think that's why he was saying that's why he got taken down earlier in that first period. Easton gets in on a single leg. Tim pushing the head down. Trying to get separation, breaks the leg. Easton kind of flattened out a little bit. Tim gets behind him for the takedown. Tim Taylor from Clearfield has a 6-1 lead with about 30 seconds left in the first period here. Looks like he's going for a miniature snowplow, trying to break him down. Tim ends up getting that bar in. Gets that far wrist. Easton's got to try to get that arm back. Tim's trying to switch over to the other side to get a half in. Goes back to that far wrist, but he ends up losing the bar. Easton doing a good job. Now he's got to get his elbows down on that mat, getting his knees back up. Only 2 seconds left, though, in the first. And the first period ends with Tim Taylor from Clearfield 6 and Easton Harris from Dubois 1. Easton ends up deferring. Tim ends up taking. Oh, no. Easton ends up taking. Okay, now there's some confusion out there on the mat. Oh, okay, so Easton ended up taking bottom, but Tim ends up cutting him to make it neutral to start the period. So Easton gets a point to start, making it 6-2. I think Tim's doing that because he thinks he can get a takedown here. Based on those first two shots, he's got some good neutral game. Easton bumping the head down, trying to get around him. Coach is telling Easton to stay low. He gets a little bit too high. Tim comes in on that leg. Takes down Easton again, making the score 9-2. Minute 30 left in the second period. Tim trying to get wrist control. Looks like he's going to cut Easton again. Giving him another point, making it 9-3. Tim gets in on a deep single. Trying to cut to a double. Easton's got a good wizard in. He's got to keep that. But he loses the wizard. Getting the takedown. Making it 12-3 here. Clearfield has some blood time, so we're going to take a little bit of a break here. This is Dubois Wrestling with Tri-County TV.
When you're ready to elevate your space, you need to look down.
At your flooring. Ugh. Your home is ready for the Floor Show.
Specializing in all types of flooring, tile, vinyl, carpet, and hardwoods, the Floor Show's knowledgeable staff has helped people achieve their home improvement dreams for over 30 years.
With low prices and installation available. Existing owners or new builds. Contractors too. The Floor Show, 203 Dubois Street on the corner by Charlie's and thefloorshowdubois.com. We got you covered.
And welcome back to Dubois High School. We got Clearfield Bisons and Dubois Beavers. We had a little bit of blood time there. Tim Taylor of Clearfield took Easton down, but as he took him down, it looked like he got elbow in the face, got a little bit of blood, but just like earlier, Tim's going to cut Easton, bring him back to his feet, making the score 12-4. Tim with a minute left. Easton trying to work around Tim here. Working on that shot, got deep on that single. Tim with very hard wizard, but luckily because it's Easton's length, he gets that leg back in. Tim trying to fight for that wizard. He elevates it a little bit. Gets down on that leg. Tim showing very good flexibility here. Prying on that ankle, trying to get his hips back up. Easton's got to circle towards that leg, not allowing Easton to get that position and hook it. But Tim, he's got that leg took, and he ends up getting the takedown here again. So 20 seconds left in the second period. Tim Taylor of Clearfield takes a 15-4 lead over Easton Harris of Dubois. Tim trying to get that leg in. Easton doing a good job blocking it off. He's got to get his head up here, try and get up to his feet before the end of the period. Only 2 seconds left here, so I think we're going to be going into the third period here with Tim Taylor up 15-4. Tim's going to start by taking bottom here. Haven't quite seen Easton here on top yet, so this could be a chance for him to work on his top game, try to get some back points to get him back into this match. Trying the double thigh pry. Fighting for wrist control underneath. I think Tim's trying to do a quad pod here to try to get to his feet. Easton doing a good job, breaking him back down. Tim to his feet here. Wrist control. It looked like Easton just let him go here. Tim extends his lead to 16-4 here. Minute 30 left in the third. Tim again in on a deep shot. If he gets this shot, that's going to give him a tech fall for the match. Easton keeping that wizard in. He's got to work on his position a little bit better, though. That wizard's not going to be enough. Yeah, but he ends up getting the takedown. So Tim Taylor of Clearfield ends up getting a tech fall over Easton Harris of Dubois, extending Clearfield's lead 32-23 as we head into the last three matches of the night. So at 189 pounds for Clearfield, we have Braden Willis. And for Dubois, we have Shane Kerner. So hopefully this gets us right back into the match. 3 decisions will end up tying us up. Braden starting up with an early tie-up. Pushing Shane towards the edge of the mat. Goes in for the dump. Dumps him over. Gets that takedown. Again, these Clearfield kids are doing a good, like I said earlier, they have some good neutral takedowns. Right there, Braden doing a dump. I don't think I've seen many 189-pounders do a dump that quickly. Shane ended up getting back up to his feet, making the match 3-1 here. Going in for that tie-up. Braden tried to pass it by, open up that leg. Shane going in for that tie-up again. He's got to get, there we go, he gets underneath. Oh, but Braden again with that dump. But this time he puts Shane on his back. And I think we got some back points. Braden taking him to his back a little bit more. Shane's got to fight this. I think if Braden can elevate Shane's head, that might give him the fall here. It's close. There's 47 seconds left. Shane getting that arm through. Oh, but Braden caught it. He caught that. He threaded through. Now it looks like he's going to put those boots in. I think Shane's in a little bit of trouble. He's got to try to get those legs back out if he can. I think Braden's getting himself a little bit too high here, out of position. And he ends up getting the fall with 25 seconds left in the period. Braden Willis from Clearfield ends up getting that near fall. So Clearfield's now taking the lead 38-23. Sets up us the last two matches of the night. We have Kendall Orr from Dubois. And for Clearfield, we have Ryan Ludwig. I think that might mean that Colton Harris might get bumped up to heavyweight. Who knows? Kind of working on some head control. Goes for that single leg. Switches right to that double. Quick takedown. This is what we need to end the match. Working in, trying to get those wrists. I've seen Kendall in practice. He does a very good job of keeping that top pressure. Wrestling Big J during practice. I know something Big J told me the one day. He's like, I hate this. Kendall's so strong. I don't know if you guys have met Kendall Orr, but he's probably one of the strongest sophomores I've ever seen. Kendall ends up letting him go, but quickly brings him back down for a takedown. Extending his lead 6-1 with a minute 15 left in the first period. He ends up getting that wrist, trying to tilt. Not letting go of that wrist, trying to work for a power half. I think Kendall's going to try to cut him here again. Work for another takedown. Gets the escape here, 6-2. 54 seconds left in the first. Kendall pressuring, gets that single leg, cuts to a double. Gets another takedown here at the edge of the mat. Draws him out. So with about 44 seconds left in the first period, Kendall's got a 9-2 lead over Ryan Ludwig of Clearfield. Kendall's going to start with an optional start. It's where you start with like a diamond, put that on his back. A lot of kids try to do that to, sometimes cement mix or get them in a position where they can get a front headlock. Kendall gets out in front, gets under the head, trying to get the near cradle. Flattened out Ryan, though. Gets a far wrist. I think he's trying to work a cradle now. Not a cradle, he gets that half Nelson. But I think he's trying to bring that far wrist onto the back, get a bar. He ends up getting it on the back. Ryan was trying to Peterson here. Kendall doing a good job keeping that separation so Kendall doesn't have the leverage to roll him. With about 3 seconds left in the first. Kendall's going to take a 9-2 lead over Ryan Ludwig from Clearfield. Kendall gets the choice to start the period, and he's going to choose bottom here. Start a second period. Ryan breaks Kendall down a little bit, but Kendall quickly to his feet, gets the escape. Headgear comes off, pushes him out of mount. Extends Kendall's lead to 10-2. Someone in the crowd from Clearfield's yelling about headgear. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. I don't think there's any rule about switching headgear. But I think the ref's going to call my time. I wasn't sure. I think in the past you might have had to use an injury time or something to switch headgear. Or you might get a stalling call against you for that. See if this headgear is going to work for Kendall. There you go. Minute 49 in the second period. Start over again. Kendall get in on that single leg, stretching him out, switches to a double, drive him right back down. Another takedown for Kendall. Lead up to 13-2. with a minute and 34 seconds left in the second period. Trying to get that wrist. He's looking for a tilt.
Come on, Kendall, set something up.
Gets that near wrist again. I think he keeps trying to get that half in on the other side. He's doing a good job using his head to push Ryan's head down. But he hasn't had much luck getting that half in. Gets off to the side. Flattens him out again. Kendall's going to give him the escape here. Look for another takedown. Edge of the mat. Kendall doing a good job keeping him point of contact in. There we go. Gets another takedown here. Extends his lead to 16-3 over Ryan Ludwig of Clearfield. About 45 seconds left in the second period. Kendall just pulled him off the mat to get a fresh start here. A lot of time kids here with a 13-point lead here. Hopefully Kendall tries to turn them and get some back points, but also try to get that fall to end the match here. Lets him up to his feet, making it 16-4. Takedown here will give Kendall a tech fall. Quick single leg, switch that double. Gives him that tech fall that he wanted. So that was a good way to finish up that match. Take him down, let him up. Kendall knew exactly what he needed to do. So we're up to our last match of the night tonight. Clearfield 38, Dubois 28. And for Dubois, we have Jason Gardner, Big J, as they like to call him. And I believe for Clearfield, I think that's Colton Norris. I missed it here for a second. Again, Clearfield, I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. They quickly announced it, and I missed it for a split second. So the boys tie up here. Colton looks in for a shot. Big J does a good job using his head to block that shot coming in. Tying back up. Keeps that tie up. Oh, Colton tries the elbow pass here, looking for a leg. Tying back up. Not a lot of action here. Sometimes happens when we get to those heavyweight matches. As my coaches used to say, just grabbing the necklace is what you usually get to see here. Oh, Big J trying to snap him down. He's got to be careful extending himself here. He extends himself out too far. I'll give Colton a chance to snap him down as well. Oh, Big J snapped him down a little bit, put a little bit of pressure on him. Gets that front headlock a little bit. Back to the tie-up. Got 37 seconds left in the first period. Tying back up. Colton got inside tie, but luckily Big J's got that far wrist here. Back to the tie-up. Big J trying to push him out of bounds here. Good snap down. He's got to get his leg back, though. Colton's got his leg. Edge of the mat here. Colton trying to come out the back door. Jay trying to keep his hip square. He gets around. Does he get around? Hey, he got that takedown near the end of the pier. Puts him right to his back. There you go. Big J getting a takedown here. Right near the end of the first period, taking a 3-0 lead here going into start of the second. Real quick before the second period, just like to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. Lifespan Family Services, Acusure of Dubois, Spitzer's Auto World, The Floor Show, Dubois Granite Courts, and Nelson Realty. So Colton from Clearfield's going to start on bottom. Big J on hop, trying to elevate that ankle. Big J doing a good job staying with him. Now he's going to use that weight to punish him a little bit. Big J trying to get that far wrist. I think he's trying to get a half on left-hand side here. I think he's now trying to transition to a bar. But he ends up taking too much pressure off Colton. Colton ends up getting to his feet here. So Big J with a 3-1 lead over Colton Norris from Clearfield with a minute and 15 left in the second period. Let's see if Big J can execute on that snap down like he did in the first period. I think Big J's size helps him out here a little bit. Ends up going off the mat here. 1:02 left in the second period. Boys circling, hand tying. Colton trying to get an underhook here. Big J extending his arm, not letting him get in too far. There we go, gets that wrist. Tries to look for a single leg, it looks like. A lot of good movement here from Big J, that's good. More you can move your opponent, might tire him out a bit. Colton ends up getting tying up. Big J, look, I think he was trying to get a rush in there. In tying wrist. 25 seconds left in the second. Big J ties up, pushing Colton back. Has them out of the match, got to be careful here. Short time here in the second period. Big J tries to snap him down again. Faking a shot. 5 seconds left. A lot of movement here by Big J, that's good. Got to keep him honest. And the second period is going to end with Jason Gardner of Dubois up 3. Colton Norris 1. Big J's got the decision to start the third period. He's going to start on his feet. He seems to be doing some good work on his feet. Faking shots, trying to snap him down. It's a good combination of things. Colton might not sure have an idea of what he's going to do, but Colton tries to pass by, gets a shot in on the leg. Big J trying to flatten him out. Flattens to his stomach. Let's see if he can get behind him. Still on the edge of the mat. 1:30 left in the third period. Colton trying to pass by again. Big J's got to be careful, get on that head heavy. A lot of kids these weight get heavy on the head. That's where they try to pass it by. Look for a shot, as Colton already tried to do. Well, already got in a shot earlier in this period. Boys tying up again. Colton not liking it. Shakes him off. Takes a shot and good job, Big J. Using that head block. Stopping that shot. We got about a minute left. Colton's going to start probably pressing him a little bit more. Since Big J's up 3-1. Colton needs to be looking for a takedown here and take the lead. Big J again doing a good job defending. He's got to work on circling here. Anytime you're up late in the match, you're on your feet. Circling's the best way to ensure you don't get called for a stalling. 30 seconds left in the third period. Big J tying up again. Colton looking at the clock. Big J trying to snap him down. We got 20 seconds left. Colton doesn't really need to be shown any urgency here to get a takedown. Got 10 seconds left. Trying to, I think, throw him a little bit. Oh, Big J got in a little bit of trouble there. Colton got behind him, but luckily they went out of bounds. 7.4 seconds left. Big J up 30-1. Colton trying to press him. Big J called for a stalling. Circling. Oh, there we go. Big J with a takedown. Right at the end, put Colton on his back. Ends up getting the win 6-1. So this ends up making the final score here, 38-31 Clearfield. We'll be back here in a second to do post-game. You're listening to Dubois Wrestling here on Tri-County TV.
How often do you really get a chance to make a difference in someone's life? I love being a foster parent, and working with Lifespan has been great. They are very supportive and always there when we need them.
Every child deserves a safe and healthy home. There are thousands of kids in foster care in Pennsylvania. Do you have a place in your heart and your home for these children? You probably qualify to foster. Call us today at Lifespan Family Services.
And welcome back to Dubois High School, where the match between the Clearfield Bisons and the Dubois Beavers just concluded. Clearfield ended up winning this dual meet with a final score of 38-31. Earlier in the dual meet, things were looking very promising for Dubois. Dubois ended up getting 2 forfeits at 107 and 127 pounds. So those 12 points can do wonders at the beginning. And Kinsley at 114 ended up tech falling Dorsey from Clearfield to give Dubois a early 11-0 lead. But unfortunately, Matt Rules of Clearfield end up matching that tech fall with a tech fall of his own over Luca Morelli at 121 pounds. But I will say Luca was doing a good job with some of his movement out there. So him being a freshman, that's always an encouraging thing to see. Still trying to fight back into the match. So after the forfeit at 127 pounds, that was followed up by a pinfall by Mateo Gallegos. I think that gives him about 3 or 4 pins at the moment on the season. I think he's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's about 5-0 right now. So a lot of his wins this year have been by fall. That gave Dubois a 23-5 lead, but this is where Clearfield started their run back into the match. They ended up bumping up Bo Aveni up to 139 pounds, and Bo ended up pinning Antonio Gianblanco of Dubois to make the score 23-11 Dubois. And the bump up continued up to 145 pounds, where I believe Brendan Chamberlain of Clearfield ended up pinning Landon Kraklevich of Dubois to make the score 23-17. Thanks to that bump up, Cash Dio of Clearfield got moved up to 152 pounds, where he wrestled Brady Glass of Dubois. And once again, Clearfield had 3 straight falls to tie the match up at 23, heading into 160 pounds. That's where we had Seth Wilmot of Dubois wrestling Colton Ryan of Clearfield. Colton ended up having a pretty convincing win there, major decision. I believe the final score was 13-3 to give Clearfield a 27-23 lead. 172, we had another tech fall, but this time again it was for Clearfield. Tim Taylor tech falling Easton Harris late into the second period to give Clearfield a 32-23 lead. So basically came down to 189 pounds if Dubois was going to come back or not. But unfortunately, Shane Corner ended up getting caught in a deep half from Braden Wills of Clearfield. Ended up getting that near fall. I believe into the first period, giving Clearfield a 38-23 lead, basically meaning Dubois didn't have a chance to win the match. But, we didn't want our wrestlers to give up, and that's exactly what Kendall Orr and Jason Gardner did here at the end of the match. Kendall Orr tech falling Ryan Ludwig of Clearfield, and then Jason Gardner, as you guys just saw there at the end, big takedown at the end of the third period to beat Colton Norris of Clearfield 6-1. But again, overall, Clearfield won this dual meet, the final score of 38-31. So looking ahead to some future matches for Dubois, the next event for Dubois, they have a dual meet this weekend in Kiski. So this is going to be another good opportunity for our team to wrestle some WIPIO competition. But they'll also face a team up in the Northwest from District 10, Fort LaBeouf. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with District 10, but they got a lot of good wrestling teams up there. And Fort LaBeouf's one of them, winning a district title here, I think, within the last 5 years. But next week we have a match against Punxsutawney, so I'm sure our wrestlers will put in a hard rest this week, making sure we're ready for the dual meet this weekend and the match against Punxsutawney next week. So before I head out here, I just want to give one last shout out to our sponsors: Lifespan Family Services, AccuSure of Dubois, Spitzer's Auto World, The Floor Show, Dubois Granite Courts, and last we have Nelson Realty. I'm Max Arena, and this was Dubois Wrestling with Tri-County TV. I hope you guys all have a good night.
Thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of the Dubois Wrestling on Tri-County TV, brought to you by Dubois Granite Courts, Spitzer's Auto World, Lifespan Family Services, The Floor Show, AccuSure of Dubois, Nelson Realty, and Priority Media. Dubois Wrestling all season long right here on Tri-County TV. We'll see you next match.